Shalom, shalom akim. Yahabashim Yahushai Barakathum, Bashim Kal Kwadash. Call Haloyim, Yahabashim Yahushai, call Haloyim, Yahabashim Yahushai, Bashim Kal Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim out there and the elect. Of course, that's the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here from the coming nuclear destruction, all right? I'm the brother Zion Olive, the DC camp, coming at you with another video, which is inspired off of what you see on the screen. Keep learning. Now, keep learning. This video, GMS Yoruba, is from a beautiful elder and priest. You know, has been around for 13, 14 years, man. Okay? In the faith, pushing strong. All right? This video is inspired off of this lesson here. Because in this particular point, as you can see at the 14-minute and 51-second mark around there, he's going to say something that, you know, inspired me to do this video. Okay? All right? Let me just play the clip.
From the book of Proverbs chapter 15. Proverbs 15 and 28. It says, the heart of the righteous studieth to answer. All right, so as a righteous servant, as a faithful servant, you can't just stay there and think you're going to learn something, you know, from the world. You have to seek the knowledge that is most beneficial, which is the, you know, the gospel of Mashiach Yahushai. You know.
See that? You can't just sit there and expect this truth to just be given to you, man. Okay? You have to put in the work. Okay? All right? Like they said, it said the heart or the mind going into the spirit, all right, of the righteous, it says studieth to answer. Now that studieth is an action. Okay? All right? And that's Proverbs 15 and 8, by the way. All right, that studieth is an action. As a matter of fact, let me go to that precept that the elder brought out. Let me see. It's always something going on. All right, Proverbs 15 and 28. The heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. All right, and that's going to the Hebrew word. Okay, the heart of the righteous studieth. Now the word there, okay, is a ha, a ga, and a ha. Haga. Haga. Okay. All right. Look. Obviously, what? He studieth to answer, ponders on things, meditates. Well, and what are you meditating? What are you studying? You're studying the scriptures, man. Okay. What are the images that are going through your mind? Because the word there's imagine. What are the images that's going through your mind? The things that are of the scriptures. It says speak. It says study. Okay. All right. And whenever it says the word again in a definition, then you look up that word. All right. So that's go to the word study. All right. Study, application of the mind. See, application of the mind to the acquisition or the acquiring, okay, of knowledge. So you have to acquire something. It said of application of the mind to the acquisition of knowledge, to the acquiring of knowledge. Study, application, which is work. Hence the video is going to be called Keep in Mind, Learning is Work. You have to work to learn. Okay, you got to put in work. It's not just going to be given to you. You actually have to focus, all right, and meditate in the scriptures. Okay, all right, and we know there's distractions in the world, but like the elder was saying in this video, these are things that you have to cut out, and these are things that we all struggle with, man. All right. These are things that we all struggle with. We got to work on ourselves constantly. All right. We're not all perfect. We know, and you know yourself. You know the things that you need to do to get better. You know yourself, man. You can't front on that. All right. You know the things that you have to work on to get better. Maybe I need to stop playing games. Maybe I need to manage my time better. Maybe I need to do more of this. All right, instead of sitting on the couch watching movies all day or whatever, you know your problem, okay? Or you should by now, okay? All right, we have to turn that into some type of application of the mind to acquire this knowledge, man. Okay. So I'm going to go back. It says the heart of the righteous studieth to answer. Study, which we've seen that. Okay. Application of the mind to acquire knowledge. What knowledge, man? Even though this is going to English words and definitions, when you go into what the spiritual meaning of it, when it says knowledge in the scriptures, it's talking about the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai. It's not talking about the worldly knowledge. All right. And even on that aspect, you have to work hard for that. People go to school, people go to college. All right. They go to these different institutions of learning. All right. And they put in hours so that they can get what? Their diploma or their certificate at the end and be certified in something. It's all a work. It's not given to you. Okay. Just like these scriptures, you got to put in the work. And we know what we got to do to, we know what we got to do, and we know the things we got to work on, man. We just need to pray on it. Okay. All right. But it is work. Okay. All right. And you got a lot of people that make fun of us and get on us for bringing out the scriptures because they don't understand it. You want to know why? Because they didn't even think once to put in some type of effort, okay, to what? Acquire the knowledge. They didn't once think to put in the effort to acquire the knowledge. They just thought to gainsay, make mockery, make scorn. But they didn't say, you know what? Let's take what they said and actually go look it up. And that's beautiful because that's one of the scriptures I had down. All right. Let me go to Acts, the 17th chapter. Acts 17 in verse, all right, it caught up. So Acts 17 in verse 11, it says, I'll go to the point. 17 and 11, it says, verse 10, and the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, okay, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, okay, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. So guess what? They put in the work and they actually what? They searched. Okay. All right. Let me see what they have for that, just for edification's sake. Okay. Examined, judged, investigated, inquired. So they actually what? Did something. They reached out. Okay. And another aspect of it, they like the apostles brought out a while ago, and different brothers keep reiterating it. Okay. That when they checked the words out that was given by Paul, they didn't search the scriptures like we got the understanding. All right, we're gonna see what he's saying is we're gonna correct him on this, all right, or whatnot. No, they took what he was saying and they examined. Okay, they inquired to see what he was saying was in the scriptures itself, man. The man saying something, okay, what he's saying, I want to go look that up to see if it's actually in there. That's what they did. They searched the scriptures daily. And it what? With all what? Readiness of mind. So you got to work, man. You got to work to learn. You got to work to learn the doctrine of life. This is the doctrine of life. Because when we learn this, okay, it'll aid towards our salvation. So yes, we have to work to learn this, man. Okay. All right. And all with all readiness of mind and search the scriptures. All right. And they searched it based off of what Paul was saying. So they searched it, man. And Paul was an apostle. Okay. Paul was a man of the Lord. And that's another thing. All right. If you want to learn and put in that work to learn, you got to be willing to listen to the men of the Lord. You got to be willing to listen to the prophets, man. Okay. You have to be willing to listen to the prophets. Okay. It says, as a matter of fact, let me see. Proverbs, I'll go to the book of Proverbs. Okay. Proverbs 1 and verse 5. It says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning. That's going to this word increase. Because it always sounds like there's a verb there. Okay. To add, increase, do again. All right. So these are verbs here. Okay. The Hebrew word here is a yah, a sa, and a pa, yasap. Okay. To add. Okay. Increase. Okay. That's where you get the word Yahweh. That he will add, right? Okay. But this is a verb. Increase. Do. Okay. So it's a work into learning this truth. Okay. All right. When we talk about things in prophecy, when we talk about the RFID chip, when we talk about the vaccination, okay, you have to listen to these words and then guess what? Read the scriptures, man, and put in work. Okay. Put in work and go precept upon precept to see that what we are saying is true concerning prophecy. Because we're putting in the work. Like the elder said, the heart of the righteous studieth to answer. Okay? The heart of the righteous studieth to answer. Okay? All right, so wise man, okay, will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels, okay, which comes from the men of the Lord. So part of doing this work, all right, or learning this work, okay, is what? You have to listen to the men of the Lord, all right, with all readiness of mind. And then going back to see what we said was in the scriptures, man. We're not making this up, okay, because that's not sincere, all right? As a matter of fact, 2 Corinthians 1 and verse, let me see, Salakia. Let me see, 2 Corinthians 1, and I thought I saw where it said sincere. I read this a little bit earlier, but my mind slips me. Let me see. Yeah. 2 Corinthians 1 and 12. For our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly sincerity, not with fleshly wisdom, but by the grace of Yahweh, we have had our conversation in the world, and more abundantly to youward. Okay? It said that in simplicity and godly sincerity. So we do things out of what? Sincerity. Okay? And you got to know that. You got to have the discernment to know who's sincere and who's not. Okay? Brothers in GMS are not out there collecting money. Now, of course, you got to pay tithes to the elders. That's in the scriptures, man. But they're not going out there asking for money. They're not collecting money. Brothers are not collecting money for people or requiring that. We got jobs and working. Okay? What? To further the ministry. To help the brotherhood out. Okay? All right? And yet we're going out there week in and week out all year round to edify what? The body. Okay? All right? We're studying what? To answer. What? Who? The body. Okay? So you, at the end of the day, you got to see who's sincere. And how you do that, you put in the work. You learn. All right. The scripture says what? The things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. You compare the men that are in the scriptures to the men today and see who closely fits that. And then you'll see who's sincere. All right. Easy. All right. Let me get Proverbs. Let me see. Bear with me. Let me see what this says. Proverbs 11. Yeah, because we got that. He that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread. And your land is what again? Your land is the mind, man. And he that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread. And what is that? Bread is also symbolic of what? Understanding. This word, scriptures, putting in that work. The scriptures say if you don't work, you don't eat. So if you ain't putting in the work, you won't eat. And eating is also symbolic of what? Taking in this wisdom. The scriptures always talk about eating the roll, okay? Taking in the bread, all right? Taking in the honey, okay? So if you don't work, you don't eat. So you have to work to learn, man, okay? Learning is work, all right? Let me get, because there was a, let me see, bear with me. Yeah, because there was a point I wanted to make. Because in watching the elders video, I looked up my old video that I did years ago called Keep in Mind the Word Application. Okay? The word application. To apply. Okay? Let me play this clip.
So let's get some scriptures. This is Sirach 6:22. It says, "For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many." Right? Because wisdom is precious, right? Isn't this something that you want to apply yourself to? "Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder," and remember that word bow as well, okay? It says, "Bow down thy shoulder, and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds."
Well, the point was when I said I was about to say when he said, that's like talking in third person. That is me, you know. But the point of the matter is when I talked about the word apply, isn't that something that you want to apply to? All right. Which application is what? It's an action, as we read earlier. Applying thy mind to what? To acquiring knowledge, to the acquisition of knowledge. Okay. All right. Now let's go back to Sirach. Let's revisit that. Okay. And let's go to Sirach, the 6th chapter, and the 22nd verse. And it says, "For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel, and put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder, and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek," which is an action, okay? "And she shall be made known unto thee." Why is she going to be made known unto thee? Because you put your mind to search and seek. You worked for her. You worked to get her. And the her is talking about the wisdom, okay? "And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thy joy." Absolutely. Why? Because it's going to, learning this truth is going to lead to our salvation. Okay? Learning this truth is going to lead to our salvation. Why? Because we're doing that which is pleasing to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay? All right, which in turn will what? Save us, okay, against what? Trouble and tribulation. It will deliver us, man. Okay? It says, "Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. For there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands of purple lace. Thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor, and shalt put her about thee as a crown of joy. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. If thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. Thou shalt learn. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent." See, you have to put in the application. Okay? All right, you have to work. You have to apply thy mind to this truth. All right. "If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise." And that's a part of the learning. You got to be willing to go to the men that are teaching. Okay. That's work. You have to go out there on the highways and hedges. Okay. And be there amongst the men that are teaching. Not just always being in the house waiting for the video. Okay. You have to be amongst the body, man. You got to go out there and make your body a living sacrifice. You stand out there in the cold along with us, man. Okay? To receive this understanding of the Lord, man. Okay? It's your reasonable service. All right? You got brothers that are maimed and can't come out, and they want to come out badly. So what's your excuse when you're not maimed or anything, man? Okay? It says, "Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee." So you got to put in the work. You got to listen to the men of the Lord, and then you got to go back and read the scriptures, man, for yourself. Okay? You got to actually go back and forth and read the scriptures, man. All right? It says, "And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Let thy mind be upon the ordinance of the Lord," or order, okay, "of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments," or his precepts, you can say, which is his word. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. You see that? So you'll get the wisdom, okay, if you constantly meditate on the scriptures, man. And that's something that what we all struggle with in this flesh, man. Is staying locked in and staying focused to what? Constantly learn, man. It's scriptures and breakdowns that brothers forget. And we used to say it all the time. All right. It's breakdowns that brothers forget. All right. And they once knew it and once taught it. All right. It's a constant battle. That's why we got to constantly stay wrapped in. Okay. And locked in with the word, man. Okay. The word is looked at as water, right? The body needs water physically. So in terms spiritually, it's the same exact thing. You still need the water. Okay. But it's work. All right. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bashim Al Shai Bashim Kal Kodash. And as always, Salakia to the elect, a double shalom.